Hello, you're very welcome to this presentation about studying law here at Trinity College Dublin. My name is Desmond Ryan and I'm an associate professor here in the law school. I was also a law student here at both undergraduate and postgraduate level, and what motivated me to study law in Trinity was how fascinating it is as a subject. It affects our lives from day to day, and the institution here in Trinity itself is Ireland's leading university, its leading law school with so much history and character. I really enjoyed my study of law and went on after my degree to qualify as a barrister. The first question to consider about being a law student is, what is law and why study it? Well, law affects every aspect of our lives every day in ways that can be big and small. Every time you step onto a bus or buy a cup of coffee, you're entering into a contract, for example. Other areas of law, regulatory law, criminal law, human rights, will very much touch upon our daily lives. And so understanding the law and the rule of law and how the rule of law is developed is integral to all of us in understanding the world we live in. Law is an inspiring and a thought-provoking subject that is constantly evolving. If you enjoy debate and argument, law is a subject that is very likely to suit you because, of course, legal cases argued before courts involve different arguments being advanced from different perspectives. Very often there isn't any one right answer, but a range of different perspectives, which as law students we study, interrogate and analyse. Why choose to study law here in Trinity? Well, Trinity is Ireland's highest ranking university. It's the highest ranking for law also, 62nd in the world and number 1 in Ireland. Trinity is also the highest ranked for academic reputation in Ireland. Here in Trinity we have a very innovative approach to teaching and to assessment. From small group seminars to large lectures, there's a variety of ways in which students interact both with each other and with the faculty. Our teaching and assessment methods are also constantly developing. And to give you some examples of our assessments, this is a world away from the traditional closed book examination being the exclusive assessment. In addition to examinations, we have blogging, case notes, presentations, reflective journals, and open book assessments. So there's a real variety of how we assess students and how students learn in the context of their different modules. The Trinity Law School was also the first law school in Ireland to offer a compulsory mooting component. And what that means is a mock trial, moot court environment in which you as the law student are an advocate, both in terms of written submissions and oral advocacy, just as would be the case if you were a lawyer representing a party in court. One of the most defining features about the Trinity Law School is its sense of community. We pride ourselves on our welcoming and friendly environment, and I can really attest to this being something I experienced both as a student and now also as a member of the school. In terms of the campus, of course, here in Trinity we have a beautiful and historic campus, which is just the ideal backdrop to the study of law, with close proximity, of course, to the courts and the Parliament, and iconic and inspiring buildings, which of course are the background to your development and your studies as a student. Our student body here in Trinity is friendly, diverse, enthusiastic, and very inclusive. Here in the faculty, we have many experts in the different fields of law, both nationally and internationally renowned leading scholars in their field. We offer a really diverse range of modules which are driven by the faculty's research interests, everything from environmental law, information technology law, refugee and immigration law, financial services law, amongst many others. So there's a real wealth of choice that you have as students in terms of the subject areas that you would like to explore and possibly specialise in. In terms of the degrees that we offer, here in Trinity, students can take a single honours programme in law or a joint honours or two subject programmes. Just to note that it's possible to take in the joint honours programme a law major, for example, taking a minor with business, political science, history, French or German. There's also, of course, the single honour pathway. Then there's the possibility to take a law minor where you major in your partner subject, such as business or political science, for example. There's also a joint honours BA, and finally a single honours in business, political science, or some of the other subjects. So a range of different pathways are open to you to tailor in accordance with your particular aspirations. Students seeking to enter or considering entering a career in the legal profession are advised to follow one of the Bachelor of Law degree pathways. Just to give you an example of the type of subjects you'll be studying in Trinity, my own subject, which I teach to the first year students, is called the Law of Torts. Anyone who's studied French will know the phrase avoir tort, which means to be wrong, and torts are civil wrongs, so we distinguish them from criminal wrongs. Torts concern a situation where one person owes a duty under the law to another person, and this is a judge-made body of law, largely, which we explore in our classes by reading cases contained in law reports like the volume behind me today. This, of course, is a special skill for law students, and it involves our learning about the system of precedent, that is to say, where judges take decisions which then form part of the law affecting everybody else. You'll be familiar with the idea that there may be reluctance about doing something because it will set a precedent, or if you're trying to persuade somebody to take a decision, you might argue, we should do this, there's a precedent for it. So in our daily lives, we're already familiar with the concept of precedent, but this is an important bedrock of the law of torts, and something we'll be focusing on in detail in that particular module, with one of the main torts being the tort of negligence, whether somebody has been careless or has failed properly to consider another person's welfare. Similarly, we've got the tort of nuisance and torts relating to occupier's liability. For example, whether the owner of premises can be sued if an entrant onto the premises is injured when they are a visitor or a trespasser, and so on. So there's a very wide range of subjects contained in tort law. The cases make for very interesting reading, and it's an area of the law that's constantly responding to social problems and to social change. After your 2 years focusing on the core subjects in first and second year, you then, in what we call the sophister years, have the opportunity of significant specialization, because there are a range of subject specializations that are available to you in these years. Everything from food law to medical ethics, penology, and public international law, to name but a few of the range of subjects. And I think this is one of the great strengths of Trinity's law degree, which is that by the conclusion of your 4 years, having covered all of your bases in terms of your legal professional qualification subjects, you will also have had the opportunity to tailor your program in accordance with your interests, whether that's human rights or corporate law, for example. We have sufficient breadth of subjects open to students in these sophister years for that to be open to you. Moving now to study abroad opportunities. This is another highlight of the law school here in Trinity. We have such an array of partners in many different countries where you can choose to spend either a semester or a full year studying abroad, both in Europe and further afield, ranging from Belgium, Sweden, the Netherlands, to Australia, South Africa and the United States, amongst many others. And this is a fantastic way to develop your independence as a student, to experience and participate in another academic culture, and of course to have the privilege of living in another country while still very much maintaining your connections with Trinity before returning to Trinity to complete your studies. A question you may well have at this stage is, what can I do with my law degree? Well, there is a fantastic range of opportunities open to law graduates. We're very proud of the fact that we are the highest ranking law school for employer reputation in Ireland, and students seeking to enter or considering a career in the legal profession are advised to follow one of the Bachelor of Law degree pathways. But of course there are many other options open to our graduates far beyond the legal professions. Many do of course choose to qualify as lawyers and ultimately practice as solicitors, barristers, in-house counsel, and indeed many judges are alumni of the law school. In addition, of course, there's another world altogether outside the law, including opportunities in public services, policy making, foreign affairs, politics, diplomacy, working in NGOs, as well as the private sector, for example accountancy, insurance, financial services, and the media, journalism and social media. So what I would say is that there's a really wide range of opportunities open to you as a law graduate, and I wouldn't think that the study of law is in any way limiting your choices or confining you to a law career. On the contrary, it's giving you the skills and the knowledge that will be of use whether in the law or in many other careers as well. Student experience is a really crucial part of your university life, and here in Trinity we have a socially conscious and supportive student body which is well known for how inclusive and proactive it is. There are over 150 student societies and sports clubs here in Trinity, including the Law Society, the Free Legal Advice Clinic, the Trinity College Law Review, European Law Students Association, and many other debating and other extracurricular activities organised by the different societies. And it's really one of the special strengths and special features of Trinity as a university. Turning now to admissions. The CAO process is the process to apply to for Irish and EU applicants, and for applicants on the HEAR, DARE and Mature Student schemes. For international students, please apply directly to the college, and for inquiries you can visit the website tcd.ie/study/apply. Finally, if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you, so please don't hesitate to get in touch. There are contact details available here. We look forward, hopefully, to welcoming you as students of the future. Thank you, and best wishes.